Friends, have you ever seen someone who goes to work quietly every day, swallows everyone's words without a reply, says sorry if thugs beat him, bows his head when the boss scolds him, and you just keep thinking, why is this person so weak? But what if all of this is a game? What if this silence, this bowing, this apologizing is the most dangerous move of a man whom the entire world is searching for? Today's story is about that very man, Korea's most talked about, most powerhouse series that released recently, Agent Kim Reactivated. The story begins one evening, a tired, ordinary evening. Our hero, Kim, is heading home after working at the office all day. There is fatigue on his face, no rush in his steps, and his eyes are fixed on the ground, just like an ordinary man. Suddenly, a car is parked on the side of the road with a thug sitting inside. Kim walks past him, and that thug, for no reason, with no enmity, just because he can, throws his burning cigarette toward Kim. Kim stops. He looks at that thug for a fraction of a second and then quietly walks ahead. Anyone here would think, fine, he let it go. But that wasn't enough for the thug. He starts his car, follows Kim, and intentionally hits him with it. Kim stumbles. The thug gets out of the car and starts screaming. His voice echoes through the entire alleyway. What did you kick my car for? Apologize right this second. Kim says nothing. He stands there, looking a bit scared, a bit intimidated, and finally says softly, sorry. But the thug doesn't stop there. He gives Kim a hard shove, knocking him to the ground. Kim falls, stays down for a few seconds, then gets up, picks up his scattered belongings, and walks away without a single word. This whole incident is captured on a nearby CCTV camera, and anyone watching would think how helpless this person is. Yet this is the biggest deception of the story. The next morning, Kim's house. Everything is quiet, but there is a strange emptiness in the home. Kim wakes up alone, makes breakfast alone, and gets everything ready by himself. He has a daughter named Min Chin. Kim irons her clothes, prepares her tiffin, and then knocks on her bedroom door, once, twice. Min Chin opens the door with sleepy eyes and a hint of irritation. She isn't too happy to see her dad, as if there is an invisible wall between them. Kim is filling out her school progress card. When it comes to the mother's column, he writes none. When the sibling column comes up, he writes none. Reading these lines makes you want to pause. A father's pain is locked within these two lines. Then Kim asks Minchin, who is your best friend, and what is her number? Minchin stays quiet at first, thinking for a moment, as if the question feels odd to her. But then she tells him. Kim saves the number. It's a small thing, but a father's total anxiety is hidden within it. He knows his daughter is drifting away, and he is trying to hold on to her by any means possible. Minchin leaves for school. Kim sets off for the office as well. On his way, he runs into a neighbor who saw last night's incident. The neighbor asks, "Are you okay?" Kim smiles, says, "I'm totally fine," and moves on. Kim is a manager at a bank looking after expense accounts. One day, he discovers that one of his juniors bought quite a few things using office funds but didn't record them anywhere in the expense book. Kim goes to him and asks very politely and softly why these weren't recorded. The junior snaps back, "Mind your own business, it's my choice." Kim pauses for a second, then says softly, "Okay, sir," and walks away. This is also being recorded on CCTV. During break time, Kim sips his tea and thinks about something. Last night's matter is spinning in his mind. He opens his computer and starts searching for self-defense. Suddenly, a female colleague walks over, looks at the screen and asks with a laugh, "Trying to teach that junior a lesson?" Kim flusters and stammers, No, I was looking at this for my daughter. Her birthday is coming up. I thought of giving her pepper spray." The girl laughs out loud. "Pepper spray for a birthday? Nobody expects that from you. Just ask her what she wants." Kim's eyes turn sad for a fleeting moment. He says quietly, "She doesn't talk to me much. When her mother was around, everything was fine. Now I don't understand." Hearing this, the colleague softens a bit and says, "No worries, I'll tag along for shopping this evening." Kim refuses, saying there's no need, but she doesn't budge. "Meet me at the mall at sharp 6. In the evening, the two go to the mall. She picks up an expensive, branded t-shirt. Kim looks at it and says, "This isn't right for a high school kid. What's the need for something so expensive?" The colleague explains, "Kids these days love this stuff. Seeing this, Min Chin will be happy and start talking to you." Kim thinks it over and agrees. Coming home, he hides the gift, far from Min Chin's sight. He calls out to Min Chin, but she doesn't come. Walking closer, he asks, and Min Chin says something that breaks Kim's heart. "Dad, from now on, I'll wash my clothes separately. Don't wash them with yours. Everyone at school says I smell." Kim freezes for a second, then replies in a calm voice, "All right, whatever you think is best." Inside, he shatters. Minchin goes to her room and opens Instagram to check out her crush, Nam Jun. Looking at his pictures, Suddenly, by mistake, she likes an old post. She tries to undo it, but it won't go away. Within seconds, a message pops up from Namjoon. Who are you? Min-chin panics. She puts her phone down, picks it up, then puts it down again. How is she going to school tomorrow? How will she face him? What will she reply? Poor girl, she spends the whole night thinking about this. The next day, Min-chin arrives at school, alone, as always. Her gym uniform was in her locker, and she needed it today for the basketball court. She opens her locker. The uniform is gone. She goes to her best friend and asks, "Did you put my uniform in the locker yesterday?" Her friend says yes, she did, and it should be there. At that exact moment, Min-chin realizes what happened and heads straight toward the trash can. And there her uniform lay, in the mud, in the filth, among everyone's discarded waste. The bullies had pulled it out last night and thrown it there. There are 3 main bullies in this school, 2 girls and their leader, Sarah. Sarah is the most popular girl in school, beautiful, smart, and the only daughter of an influential father. She can do whatever she wants, break whoever she wants, and Min-chin has become her favorite target. Daily taunts, daily mockery, daily isolation. Min-chin looks at the uniform lying in the trash, wondering what to do. Suddenly, a voice comes from behind, Namjoon. He is standing right there. Min-chin's heart skips a beat. Namjoon looks at her, senses her trouble, and without asking anything, takes off his jacket and hands it to her. "I don't have a match today. You can wear this and return it later," he says, and walks off. Min-chun holds that jacket and just stares. It was a tiny gesture, but to her, it felt as big as the world. Wearing that jacket, she reaches the gym. The coach looks at her and asks, "Where are your pants?" Min-chun lies, "I forgot." Just then, the coach's eyes fall on the jacket and the drama begins. In front of the entire class, the coach says, "Why are you wearing Namjoon's jacket? Go on, why didn't you bring his pants too?" The whole class laughs. A spark of jealousy burns in Sarah's eyes because Namjoon is her favorite, and this ordinary girl was getting so close to him. Meanwhile, we are introduced to 2 other vital characters. First is Uncle John, a karate master who has won several medals for the country. He teaches martial arts to kids, strict but good at heart. Watching him train makes you feel like this man once belonged to a completely different world. Second is Uncle Park. By day, he works in traffic police, helping kids cross the road, speaking in a very loud voice that scares children. But at night, sitting at home, he plays online games with such intense focus that he loses track of the world. One day, Uncle John arrives at Park's house. He knocks on the door, no response. He knocks again, still nothing. Inside, Uncle Park is so engrossed in his game that he can't hear the outside world. Uncle John's patience snaps, and he delivers a powerful kick to the door. The door flies open, broken. Uncle Park turns around in shock, and an argument breaks out between them. "Why did you barge into the house like this? Why didn't you open the door?" They bicker. Then Uncle John says, "Kim's shift is about to end today. Let's all 3 go grab dinner." Uncle Park remembers it's been a year since he last saw Kim. He laughs and says, "Let's go," and they head out. This Kim is none other than our hero. These 3 are old friends who share a history we don't know yet. At the restaurant, all 3 sit down to eat, laughing and joking. Uncle Park has come in his karate uniform, and Uncle John is in military-style gear. They tease each other. Kim sits in the middle, smiling, looking relaxed. As soon as the meal finishes, Kim starts to get up, saying Min-chin is alone at home and he needs to go. Both friends stop him. "Just 2 minutes." Kim pauses. As he leaves, he quietly slips some cash into both friends' hands for their children's education. No showmanship, just placing it there. Suddenly, the atmosphere of the restaurant changes. A gang of thugs storms inside, and the face looks familiar. It's the exact same thug who pushed Kim last night. He has come with his crew and starts causing a ruckus across the restaurant, threatening the owner and terrifying the customers. The owner tells them to stop harassing people. The thug leans in and asks, "Who has a problem? Who has the guts to stop me here?" Everyone cringes and bows their heads in fear. But Kim, Uncle John, and Uncle Park keep their eyes locked on that thug. Kim and Uncle John exchange a look, conveying, "Don't mess with them. Let's slip away quietly." They stand up, but Uncle Park's eyes remain fixed on the thug. The thug notices and gets furious. He walks over and smashes a bottle against Uncle Park's back. And that was the biggest mistake. Uncle Park's eyes change. The side of him that had been hidden away finally surfaces. Within the next few minutes, what happens inside that restaurant would shock anyone. Uncle Park single-handedly takes down that entire crew. One by one, they all hit the floor. Just then, the police arrive, shouting, "Drop your weapons, stop!" But Uncle Park doesn't stop. The police pull out a taser gun. At that exact moment, Uncle John grabs Park to stop him, and both get hit with the current, collapsing unconscious to the floor. Kim had already left, without making a sound, without telling anyone. The next morning, at Kim's front door, Min Chin is wearing her jacket and getting ready to leave for school when Kim notices the name written on it. Kim asks, "Whose jacket is this? Whose name is Kim?" Min Chin snaps back, "Nobody, Dad. I'm getting late," and yanked the jacket away as she rushed out. Kim stood there wondering, did Min Chin make a friend, or is there someone else? At school, Min Chin looks for Namjoon to return his jacket, but he isn't in class. She sits in the hallway waiting. Soon, Namjoon arrives. He takes his jacket back, and Min Chin says thank you. Namjoon asks, "That Instagram like was yours, right?" Min Chin immediately denies it, saying, "I'm not even on Instagram." Namjoon laughs, pulls out his phone, and messages her. Min Chin's phone buzzes instantly. The secret is out. Namjoon asks with a smile, "Can I follow you?" Min Chin hesitates but says yes. Sarah is watching all of this, and what's in her eyes isn't love, it's jealousy. Deep, burning jealousy. A short while later, Sarah's two goons grab Min Chin and drag her over. Sarah is sitting there. The moment Min Chin steps in, Sarah gets up and slaps her hard across the face. "Do you know why I hit you?" Min Chin stays silent. A second slap. A third. One bully screams, "How dare you talk to Sarah's Namjoon?" Min Chin replies, "I didn't do anything wrong. I just returned his jacket." Sarah laughs, then hits her again. "When you come near me, you smell. I hit you to keep you away." Fire ignites in Min Chin's eyes, but she holds back. Then Sarah takes a step closer and taunts Min Chin about her dead mother. That one line was enough. Min Chin's dam of patience breaks. She kicks Sarah hard, and a real fight begins. Min Chin fights with all her might, settling the score for every single day she stayed silent. Chaos erupts at the school. A phone call comes into Kim's office. The class teacher says in a panicked voice, "Come immediately. Your daughter has hit Sarah. If you don't come, I'll lose my job." Kim drops everything and rushes over. When Kim arrives, Sarah's parents are already there. Sarah's mother is venting furiously. Her crying and screaming make it sound like Min Chin committed a heinous crime. "Look at what she did to my daughter. I am going to file a complaint. Your daughter won't get admission in a single school across all of Korea." Min Chin stands there, looking into her father's eyes. She expected her dad to take her side, to say, "My daughter did the right thing." But instead, Kim quiets Min Chin down. Right there in front of everyone, Sarah's parents and the school staff, he drops to his knees. He apologizes. "I apologize for my daughter's mistake. I will transfer her to another school. Just please don't expel her from here." Seeing this, Min Chin breaks from the inside. Sarah's father forgives him, but as he leaves, he taunts, "Your daughter doesn't have a mother. Kids without mothers turn out like this. What else can you expect from such a home?" Hearing this, Min Chin's eyes well up with tears. Outside, Min Chin asks her dad, "Do you believe me?" Kim says. Min Chin asks, "Then why did you bow down? Was it because her father is a chairman and you're just an ordinary bank employee? I thought even if I don't have a mom, I have a dad. Today, you didn't stand by me either. I'm staying at a friend's house tonight. Don't call me." She starts to walk away, then turns back and says, "Dad, do you know why I hate my birthday? Because that's the day Mom died." Kim stands there, eyes moist, words failing him. At night, he visits his wife's grave, tells her everything, apologizes, and heads back. He reaches home and calls Min Chin. No answer. Calls again. Still nothing. He calls her friend, who tells him Min Chin never came over. Kim's heart sinks. First thing in the morning, Kim calls again. No response. At breakfast, later in the day, he tries repeatedly, but the phone is unreachable. Kim calls the friend's number he saved earlier. The friend answers in a sleepy voice. "Who is this so early in the morning?" Kim says, "I'm Min Chin's dad. Is she there?" The friend replies, "Min Chin never came here." The phone practically slips from Kim's hand. He rushes straight to the school, asks everyone if they've seen Min Chin. No one has. As he is about to leave, he spots Namjoon. His face is bruised, bearing signs of a fight. Kim asks where Min Chin is. Namjoon reveals that last night, some thugs showed up, beat him up badly, and snatched his phone. They must have sent some message to Min Chin from that phone, and reading that message, Min Chin must have gone somewhere. He knows the gang's hideout. Kim takes the address and heads straight there. The location is desolate, with bloodstains on the ground. Kim pauses for a second, holding his breath as he inspects the area. In a corner lies a small object, Sarah's keychain. Kim recognizes it. He had seen Sarah holding it in the principal's office that day. Just then, voices echo from behind. Sarah and one of her close friends have arrived, thinking no one is around. It had rained earlier. washing away the tracks on the ground. Sarah's friend says happily, "All the evidence is washed away. Nobody can do anything now." Sarah replies, "Yeah, and her dad won't find out either. He's just an ordinary employee." And right then, they turn around. Kim is standing right there, listening to everything. Sarah's face turns completely pale. Kim asks in a calm voice, "I didn't ask you that." Then he opens his fist. Sarah's keychain is sitting right in his palm. "This is yours, right?" Sarah is silent. Her friend steps forward angrily, starts pulling off his shirt and yells, "Come on, let me show you," as he yanks off Kim's shirt. But what gets revealed freezes them both in their tracks. Kim's entire body is covered in deep scars, on his shoulders, his chest, his back, everywhere. These are not marks that an ordinary bank employee could ever have. These are the marks of someone who spent years walking through fire, living a life that brushed against death every single day. Sarah and her friend stop breathing, and now, the part of the story that was hidden from the very beginning is finally uncovered. Kim was never an ordinary bank manager. He was Korea's most dangerous and capable agent. Not just an agent, a double agent. A name that made enemies tremble. China knew him. Russia knew him. Both had been hunting him for years. But one day, his commanding officer made a decision. "Your identity is compromised. We will erase your identity entirely. We will show the world that this man is dead, that he never existed. You start a new life. Live as an ordinary man." And that is why Kim started working at a bank, took beatings from thugs, tolerated a junior's insults, bowed down before Sarah's father, because he had to remain invisible. No one could look his way. The identity he wanted erased had to stay buried. Uncle John and Uncle Park belong to this exact same world. One who kicks down doors and takes out an entire gang single-handedly. The other who helps kids cross the road, but can unleash a totally different persona when needed. These three men shared a common, dark past, yet the real question now was, has the world Kim left behind finally found him? Were the thugs who beat up Nam June and trapped Min Chin part of that old world? Did someone figure out that Kim, the ordinary bank worker, is actually the legendary agent everyone is hunting? Min Chin, completely unaware of all this, has stumbled into a game whose rules she doesn't even know, and Kim, who kept himself suppressed for a whole year, is shedding those layers now. Every single scar line across his body screams that this man was never made to lose. The man who silently walked away after taking beatings from thugs wasn't weak. He was simply waiting for the right moment to rise, and that moment has finally arrived, because his daughter is missing. Kim takes a step toward the friend. His voice no longer carries that bank clerk gentleness. There is no "okay, sir" left in him. Just one question, and he needs an answer. Where is my Min Chin? The world that believed Kim was dead has no idea that Agent Kim has awakened, and a father out to fight for his daughter cannot be stopped by anyone. In the next episode, the real game begins. Old enemies, new threats, and secrets buried for years. This story has only just begun.